Good evening, everyone. This is your girl T Renee. We are day 9 of my Facebook Live challenge, and I am happy to say that it's been going very well this last few days. I'm excited that lots of you have been joining me on this journey and learning more about me and what I have to say and how I feel about life and the things that we do. Let's see. What's a fun fact that I will share today? Yesterday I shared a fun fact, so I'm going to share another one today. Let's make it a good one. Fun fact. Okay, let's see. I'm watching, well, it's playing in the background right now while I'm on this video. I'm watching Think Like a Man, the movie. Now, I absolutely love the movie. I absolutely hate the book. That book, and I love Steve Harvey, but I didn't agree with a lot of things that was in that book. I think I only made it through half of the book before I put it down. But I was really excited to see the movie because I wanted to see how different they were going to make it, or what, how the movie was going to match the book, however. But I actually loved the movie. And when I got the movie, when it first came out on DVD, I watched this movie every single night for about a month straight. Every night before I went to bed, I watched Think Like a Man. And so yeah, that's my fun fact for today. Kind of boring, not a good one. I'll think of a better one for tomorrow, for real. Hi, brother. So today I'm going to be speaking on being honest. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a super honest person, probably too honest for some people. My mother said when I was growing up that I never used to intensify my wrongdoing with a lie. And she said oftentimes I would tell on myself, hey, murder, because I don't know why as a little kid I did that, but I can say now that, looking back, like, why? I mean, I did it, so I'm not gonna lie, because one thing, I can't keep up with lies, okay? So I don't know how some of y'all do it. I don't know how some people can just lie and remember their lies and remember the stories that they tell. I can't do it because I think I'm too forgetful. I forget a lot of things. I always have, ever since I was a little girl. I'll leave something somewhere. Every time I go to somebody's house, I leave something at their house. Like, I'm super forgetful. So for me to try to come up with a lie and remember it is not gonna happen. Shut up, Jay. Talking about I was a bossy choir director. I was, though. But I had us in tip-top shape. To be some kids. Hi, Miggy. For us to be kids, we used to tear some churches down, okay? And we sang a cappella with no musicians or nothing, and we was all in key. People was requesting us to come and sing at their church, so my bossiness paid off. Jay, do you remember? Oh, that's a cool fun fact. Jay, do you remember one day, I don't know if it was a Sunday or if it was during the week, but we were singing at Perry Temple. And we were singing up in the choir stand, and Bishop Hamilton was there. He was the guest speaker, and we were singing 12 Gates to the City. And while we were singing, the power went out on the whole block by Perry Temple. And we kept singing. I don't know how they couldn't really see me, but my big mouth was loud enough, and I kept directing them in the dark until we finished that whole song. Yep, all the lights was off on the whole block, and we kept singing. We did not break a tune or anything, and we sang that song in the dark Bishop Hamilton was so impressed with us that he even talked about it in his message. And the lights didn't come back on until like midway through his message. They had to end up finding candles and stuff to put on the offering table so that we could see Bishop Hamilton when he got up there to speak. But while we were singing in the dark, a cappella, we tore that church down. Okay, people were shouting and everything everywhere. So my bossiness paid off. Okay, so don't trip. But yeah, so back to being honest, like I could not lie. Like I never intensified my wrong with a lie. A lot of times my mom would be like, "Did you cut school today?" I'd be like, "Yep." And she's like, "Well, why?" Because I didn't feel like being there. Like there's no reason to make up a lie. "Oh, mama, I was sick. Oh, this, that, and the third." No. I said I didn't want to be in that class. I left. I went to my Auntie Belinda's house, or sometime me and Twink would go to the China Cafe with Joey and Terrell and let them buy us lunch. And that was it. So, I don't know. I don't understand. It's just something about me that, it feels weird to tell a lie. I'm not going to say that I've never lied, because then that would be a lie, because I have told a few untruths before, but I felt really bad about it. I really did, because I'm like, that wasn't cool. But sometimes, no, I'm not going to say that. That's wrong. I was going to say sometimes you got to lie, but I don't think I believe that, but I believe that some people can't handle the truth. Like that's a real statement right there. Everybody can't handle the truth. And so sometimes you have to omit that and in order to keep the peace with certain people or save their feelings. But there's still a part of me that feels like, no, you still should tell them the truth, you know, and it's up to them. Like if they can't handle it, if they don't want to listen to it, I mean, you know, that's on them. Like I would rather you tell me the truth, even if it hurts my feelings, versus you tell me a lie. Hey, Jay, my other baby Jay, I would, like, I don't, you know, I tell my kids all the time, like, don't lie. Like, don't be the kind of man that lies ever. Nothing is, you know, worse than to have, you know, for a woman, you know, to have a man that lies all the time. Same thing for a man. Nothing, you know, that's not good to have a woman that lies all the time. So I teach them, you know, how it's more important to tell the truth, even if you're going to hurt my feelings. I remember one time my grandmother, she used to tell us all the time, don't lie. Like that was a big for her. And she told us, you know, that we could come to her and tell her anything. Hi, mommy. And tell her anything. And, you know, if she did something wrong to us or whatever. And, you know, as long as we said it in a respectful manner, that she would listen to what we said. So I remember one time we were coming home from church. It was me, her, Grandpa, Lawrence, and Diddy. We were all in the car. And I don't know what Diddy and Lawrence was doing in the back seat. Like they was always doing something or what they was saying. And Grandma said something to them. I wish I could remember exactly what she said, but whatever she said to them, it hurt their feeling. And, you know, they kind of got quiet in the car and didn't really, no, Mom, I was a little bit late. So you on time, girl. You on time. I couldn't find my lip gloss, so I had to go look for another one because I didn't want you talking about me. So Lawrence and Diddy got quiet in the car. I don't know if they remember this story, but they got quiet in the car and was quiet for the rest of the ride home. We was staying at in Sobrani. We was going to Sobrani. So we pulled up to the house. Grandpa and Lawrence and Diddy got out the car, and then I stayed in the car. I was like, Grandma, just wait a minute, I want to talk to you. So we stayed in the car, and I told her, I'm like, remember when you told us that we could tell you, you know, anything, like if you did something to us that hurt our feelings or whatever, and that you would listen? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I think what you said to Lawrence and Diddy was wrong. Like you hurt their feelings, you know, by what you said. I'm like, I really feel like you owe them an apology because I don't think that was fair. And so she looked at me, and I was kind of scared because those of y'all that know Barbara Jean, you know, she quick with that hand and she'll slap you. She'll pull a shoe off and pop you like she just don't care. So I was a little nervous, but I was doing what she said that I could do. And I was taking up for Lawrence and Diddy because I know they wasn't going to say nothing to Grandma. Like I didn't care. I was one that would say anything to her. So She thought about what I said, and she was like, you know what, you right, and I'm gonna go and apologize to them. So she went and she apologized to Lawrence and Diddy. And you know, out of all the crazy things that my grandmother has done and said or whatever, that moment right there made me really respect her, because not oftentimes do parents feel like that they can apologize to their children. They feel like that whatever they say is golden, and it doesn't matter if the child's feelings are hurt or not. Like, they feel like you do whatever I say, or, you know, whatever I say goes. And a lot of times they don't think about how those words, you know, how that honesty, you know, can hurt their children. And so that was, you know, a moment where she was like, well, yeah, I believe what you say. Or even if she didn't necessarily 100% believe that she was wrong, she still honored our agreement that I could come to her and tell her, you know, that she did something to hurt our feelings, you know, and that she would correct it. So in me being honest about that, you know, they got an apology out of it, you know, and I don't know if they accepted it or not, you know, but, you know, they got it. And so in being honest, you know, my mom is on here now too, so she could tell y'all that I did a lot of times, like I said, used to tell on myself when I did something wrong. I didn't lie, and I really couldn't. Like, she could look at my face and tell that I was lying, even when I tried those few times. Hey, Keisha. Those few times that I did try to lie, like when I tried to lie about wearing my church shoes to school, and she caught me, and I tried to sneak home. I tried to run in the door before she got there and take them off, and I was just sitting there in my slip. When she came in my room, I was acting like I had just been in there chilling, knowing I saw her pull into the parking lot, and she saw me too. But I tried to lie, but it didn't work, and I got a whooping. I was gonna get a whooping anyway because I wore them shoes to school. But so it was, you know, my feeling that if I'm gonna get in trouble anyway, I might as well just tell the truth, because I did it and it was against her rules. So I might as well just be honest about it and not make it worse by telling a lie. And, you know, lies can really hurt people. And, you know, my sister, and I'm glad that I can laugh about it now, because there was a time where I could not laugh about this, where my sister made up this astronomical lie, okay, and it was so believable. I mean, everybody believed what this girl has said, and it was so it was heartbreaking. I won't go into full detail about it, but she had said that something happened to her, that something bad happened to her, and so I took blame for that. Because I was supposed to have been watching her at the time that this thing supposedly happened. And because I left her for a few minutes and then she got away from my grasp, then, you know, the later story that we got from her was that something bad happened. So for years, I blamed myself for my sister being hurt. And I mean, it was like, it used to really eat me up inside. Every time I see something on TV that reminded me of it, you know, I just would cry, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe, you know, I did that to my sister, you know, and all this. And so I did not find out that this was a lie until I was about 25 or 26 years old. And this happened when I was about 10. Okay. So just think about all this time that I was living with this lie. And I didn't find out. Me and my mom were talking on the phone. I was pregnant with Anthony, and we were just talking, reminiscing about old times and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, but like when your sister made up that lie about woo, woo, woo. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What you talking about? You know, and she was like, you didn't know? I'm like, no, what? You know, and she was like, girl, that girl was lying, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like crushed. Like my whole spirit was vexed. Okay. Because I couldn't believe it. Like, I literally did not know that Jasmine had told this lie. And apparently she had told my mom some years before, you know, that it was a lie. And my grandmother, they all knew, but I didn't know. They thought I knew, but I did not know. And so, you know, even now, sometimes, like when I tell Jasmine about it, I'm like, girl, you had me going to counseling and all type of stuff behind this situation. And, you know, so we don't she was like, dang, I'm sorry, I don't know, she lied because she didn't want to get a whooping. She got a whooping anyway. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, she got a whooping anyway because she came home late from wherever she was. And so, but she made up this story thinking that would save her from getting a whooping, but she didn't tell the story until like days after she had already got the whooping. So her whole game plan was jacked up, but she was only like 4 years old. So I don't know how her mind was thinking that, vast at that age anyways. But again, this is one of the things that people underestimate children, because you just don't know, what these kids know or what they're seeing or whatever. But that one lie almost destroyed a whole lot of lives. And, it could have caused some people to really get hurt and, go to jail and all types of stuff. And so, I think she learned a big, lesson from that, and I was just like, to me, like I said, I wasn't one of those type of kids that used to lie. So you have to be cautious of those things, because had they, my family really, tried to amend, her feelings, or, hurt that she claimed that she had endured, it would have been really, really jacked up, because some people would have, gone to jail for no reason, where they would have hurt somebody behind, her lie. And so you have to be really, really careful about the things that you choose to say, because you just don't know the ramifications that it's going to have on other people. Remember, I talk about living in your truth, and because that's very important. Like, you just don't know, where people's minds are when you tell them something. And it's like, one of the guys at school was talking to me on the bus, and he was saying how, this girl that he was dating, she was lying. She was trying to make a situation with one of her guy friends more than what it was, just to see if he would get jealous. And I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. But this is what people do. They play these games and they make up these stories to try to test your emotional status, or test, how you feel about them. And they don't know. And I'm like, he could have, snapped on her, and eventually he stopped talking to her. Like, he told me yesterday that he ended the situation because he felt like, that wasn't something that he needed to be a part of, And so now, if she was really, really liking him, now she just messed up and she just lost him because of her little lie. And so you have to, hold on, y'all. I got to respond to my honey. He, at the grocery store and I didn't go with him this time. So, he don't be knowing what to get all the time. But anyway, so, she lost somebody that, and he's a really good, young man. So she lost him because of her lie. And think about how many situations that, you have been in, to where either you lied or that person lied to you, and it made you not want to deal with that person all the time. I remember my grandmother told me this story about one of our cousins who used to lie all the time. And so it got to the point to where, nobody believed anything that she was saying. So one day she was choking off of some food, and she was trying to, I guess, tell her husband that she was choking. Well, he thought she was lying. He thought she was playing. And so he didn't react. And she died, like, right there in that moment. And so, it's like, dang, like she could have, saved her life. But because she had lied so much for so many years, even her own husband had got to the point that he didn't believe her. So at the time where she was losing her life and could have possibly be saved, she didn't. She couldn't get saved because nobody believed her. Like, that's really sad when you think about it, that you tell that many lies, that even in the time of need or time of death. Oh, okay. My mom's correcting me. Thanks, mother. She said that was my great grandmother's sister. So she died because of a lie, because of all her lies. So think about that for a moment. Like, how horrible is that? That's a terrible way to go out, that your own husband won't even try to save your life because he feels like you're lying. Like, that's really deep. I remember when she first told me that story, and I was like, dang, like, that's crazy. And she was like, I know, but she had told so many lies, like, you just didn't know what to believe, and I know people that lie so much that they begin to believe their lies, and you be like, really? No, that did not happen. Like, where are you getting this from? And they don't want to look at themselves in the mirror and realize that they have a problem. Like, that's a serious issue that, you feel like you have to keep making up all these stories, for people to like you or to get out of certain situations or whatever. But it's like, no, just be honest. And, you may lose some friends because of your honesty, and that's okay. That's okay, because you don't have to have this whole slew of friends. And, we use that word so loosely these days. I don't think people really realize what a friend is, but you don't have to have this big crowd of people around you. You don't have to keep putting on these airs so that you can be liked or loved, by everyone, and so you can be the popular one, so you make up all these stories. It's like, no, that's ridiculous. I would rather like you for who you are. If you're a crackhead, be a crackhead. I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do, but be honest in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to hide your drug habit from me. Like, don't try to make it seem like that you cool and you not, and you over there, tooting. Just be honest, because then maybe somebody will be able to help you. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a problem with something, don't lie about it. Like, be honest, be open, and because you just don't know who would be there to help you out. Like, I can honestly say that I'm happy, that I am as honest as I am. And like I said, I've lost some friends along the way because of my honesty, and I'm all right with that. There are some family members that, didn't or still don't want to deal with me because of my honesty, and I'm okay with that, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything to you. I'm just not, like, my kids, they know. I'll be like, dude, that's ugly. Why do you have that on? Take that off. Like, you're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna make them think that there's something that they're not. Same thing goes with, like, these people telling they kids that they can sing and dance and rap and act and all this other type of stuff. Please stop, because no, it's not cool. Like, don't send your child on American Idol. Well, that's not here anymore, but on these competitions, and telling them that they can sing when you know that they can't. Now, that's not discouraging them, or that's not smothering their gifts. That's being honest, okay? Because if you know they can't hold a note, don't make them get up there. Don't encourage that behavior. If you really want to help them, then pay for some singing lessons, and maybe they might be able to develop a tune, and maybe they might be okay that they can sing on a track, and that'll be all right. But don't just send them out there raw and unprepared, and then you like, oh my God, my child is the best. No, because then your feelings is hurt when the judges is saying they sounded like crap. I mean, let's just be honest, right? Let's be honest. Like, don't do that. So, and don't get mad when somebody tells you, like, whatever it is that you're doing is not cool. Or one thing I laugh at all the time, and this is to the ladies, when y'all asking y'all men, do I look fat in this? Like, come on. You setting him up. It's not right. You gonna make him lie because he don't want to hurt your feelings, because yes, you might look fat in that. Okay. Because I know there's some outfits that I have that my belly that I still have looks fat in it. Okay. I don't ask Andre, do I look fat in this? I say it before he can even think it. And he all like, oh no, babe, you look fine. I'm like, dude, really? No. Just go somewhere, okay? Like, don't even try to pacify my feelings, okay? Because if I'm looking at it and I don't like it, I'm not about to say, do I look fat in this, and expect for him to lie to me and tell me no, because I don't want him lying to me. I want him to say, like, I don't like that outfit on you, you know what I'm saying? Or, even just give me a look like, girl, that ain't working today, because Why do I want to start our relationship out like that? Why do I want to set that type of, atmosphere into our relationship where he feels like he has to constantly lie to me, in order to make me feel good? Like, that's not cool. And that's not a great way to have a relationship. So ladies, stop doing that. Okay. Just stop. Hi, Dad. My goddad Ron is on. Hi, Dad. Hey, Keita Boo. So don't ask. Okay. Don't ask a question that you are not prepared to handle the truth. Okay, don't ask, because I'm telling you now, you're setting yourself up for failure. You are, because you just don't know. You may run across somebody like me, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to try it now. I say it in a nice way. Like, I didn't used to say it in a nice way, but I say it in a nice way now. And I try to help you understand why I don't agree. I don't just say, no, I don't like it, or no, that's ugly. I try to give you a reason why. And so then you can, assess what I've said, and then you make the decision on your own after that. My girlfriends know, like, they'll inbox me or call me or text me and, ask a question, and I'll be like, okay, which answer do you want today? Because, you can tell sometimes when people just want to vent. I ask my sister all the time, like, is this a big sister just listening conversation, or is this a big sister help me figure out this problem conversation? Because then I know how to answer her, because sometimes people aren't ready for the truth, and they really just, need a sounding board, or at that moment they just want you to agree with them. So, I'll entertain for a few minutes, but at some point I'm either gonna hang up the phone, or I just gotta say what I gotta say, because I'm not agreeing with what she's saying. And so I have to be honest. And if they call and they say, look, I need your opinion, I'm ready, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to tell you. So I hope you're ready, and they know. And, sometimes they're like, oh, I don't like calling her, but then other times they do, because they know I'm going to tell them the truth, and even, they know they can tell me the truth. Like Jasmine, like, if y'all know Jasmine, she'll tell you, for the most part, like, nah, that's ugly, or I don't like that, or you shouldn't do that, or whatever. And it's not, some people, they don't understand, how we talk to each other. They don't understand it. They feel like, y'all just rude. And it's like, no, it's not being rude. It's being honest. And if more people were honest about things, you would have less situations, these things that are going on. Like I think I spoke on this a few days ago, where everybody wants you to, they talking about, let's keep it 100, but they're not really ready for 100. They not, and they want you to lie to them. They want you to pacify their situations, but it's really causing, this generation to live through clouded eyes, because nobody is telling them the truth. Nobody is telling them that skinny jeans are ugly on a dude, especially when they're sagging. Like, people are not saying that enough. Like, we need to say it, like, because it is, at least that's just my opinion. Okay. So if you like skinny jeans, and if you on here, if you wear skinny jeans, my bad, dog, but I don't like it, and I think it's ugly. And especially if you sagging, like, pull your pants up, because I don't want to see your drawers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. So I'm gonna tell you. And maybe if more people were honest about certain things, then we wouldn't have these things going on. Now let me tell y'all, this is why I should have went to the grocery store with him, because he's still texting me about food. Oh, Jesus. What was I saying? Skinny jeans. Oh, and hold on. Just taco. Now, he made his list yesterday, and he let me look at it, and I thought he had everything under control, but he does not. All right. So, what was I saying? Back to being honest. So, let's be honest, people. Let's be honest. Like my mom. Y'all see, if y'all have been watching the videos, I always mention about her talking about my lips being dry. Like, she don't care. She's going to tell me, put some lip gloss on. And my feelings aren't hurt. And yes, Mom, I will tell him, because he is really making me lose my train of thought. He made a whole list, okay? L Boogie, what's up, baby? He made a whole list, Mom, And let me look at it now. He had everything on there. He didn't miss nothing, and I added a couple of things, and now he done text me like 6 times. Like, do we need this? And how many packs of crackers do we got left? And should I get taco stuff? I don't know, man. Do you want to eat tacos? Buy taco stuff. And then like what? Okay, like what? Oh my gosh. Like taco shells and salsa, because we got everything else. Like, oh my God. This is why I need to do the grocery shopping, okay? But no, he feels like he wants to do it. Like, but he hates going to the store. Like, he don't even live in his truth. He know he hates going to the store. He hates going to the store, okay? When we go to the grocery store, he's rushing. He irritated about standing in the line. Then he really irritated when he see how much the food costs. But yet and still, he goes to the grocery store all the time, even on his own without me. And I said, why don't you just give me the money and just drop me off at the grocery store, and I will text you when I'm ready, and then you can pick me up. But no. So I let him have it. I mean, I do tell him about it all the time, but I don't know. That's his thing. Hi, Auntie Carolyn. So yes, we need to work harder on being honest, and we need to learn how to accept honesty when it is thrown at us. Hey, Lauren, because I'm telling you right now, your life will be much better. You may, feel some stings. You may get a few bruises. You may get a few bumps on your head because, you may not be ready to hear what somebody has to say. But I promise you, if you think about it later, it will help you. It really will help you, because I don't understand why people want to, walk around, every day with this tension, and they get upset, when they ask a question and then somebody gives them an answer that they don't like. But you have to respect that person's feelings, and you have to respect their opinion. Don't ask I don't know, people say don't ask, don't tell. Like, I don't really understand that little cliche or whatever. But, because if I'm asking you, I want you to tell me. Like, I'm not going to ask anything that I don't want to know. And so I am my mom. Hey, L Boogie. My mama said stop telling people that she owes you $5. Right, because he been telling that lie for a long time. Like, I'm gonna need you to live in your truth, boo. Rosie don't owe you no $5. Now, I'm sure we could name some other people that might owe you some money. But Rosie don't owe you no $5. Rosie, she don't borrow money from people. And he talking about he just being honest. Like, let me tell y'all, this fool posted on Facebook a week or so ago talking about we used to cheat him in playing Monopoly. Now, if that wasn't the biggest lie that he told in his life, I don't know what was, because anybody that knows L, when we play Monopoly, he is a bad sport, number one, and as soon as he losing, then he want to accuse everybody of cheating, and then he don't want to play no more. He got a whooping one time because him and Jasmine was playing Monopoly, and he tried to accuse her of cheating, and Grandma came up there and whooped him. And I remember I was in the room with my mom laughing because Grandma was talking about he was slobbing like a dog with rabies. So, y'all, I'm praying for him because he been lying so much. He is believing. No, don't leave the church. See, that's what people do. When the truth start being told, they want to leave. Now he talking about he leaving because he don't like this preacher. Look, I'm just telling you the truth. Okay? You need to stop lying. Stop that lying, okay? Because it ain't getting you nowhere. And even, people, the perfect example, they want to leave as soon as you start telling the truth. Like, they don't want to be around, but they want you to keep it 100. Like, I want y'all to really think about that. Like, how many people do you know right now that, be that be posted on Facebook all day long. Keep it 100. Keep it 100. But the minute you comment on their post and you 100, they want to fight. They want to Facebook beef. They want to delete and block you. Like, then they go on, after they block you, then they go and make heck of subliminal posts about you and tag all their homies and get their whole little crew, to talk about you. And I see it so much, and I just sit back and I just laugh. And I just be like, really, dog? Like, that is not cool. Like, just be honest, That's just like, even in the author world, I see so much stuff, and people, these people just lying on people, and they not paying people, and they just not being truthful, and then they get mad when somebody put them on blast, and then they want to say that person is unprofessional. Okay, we can say that they could do it in a tactful manner. However, the truth is the truth, and then at that moment that person is angry and upset because you didn't give them their money that they worked hard for, they not thinking about being professional at that moment. It's like, just give me my money, so if I gotta, and it's sad that you don't pay me until after I put you on blast, until after I'm honest about your business practices, then you want to say that I'm unprofessional, but then you pay me. Like, if you was doing right by me from the beginning, we wouldn't have to have these situations. Because look at here. If Amazon can send me a royalty check for 14 cents, you can send me my $40, okay, or $200 or whatever it is, because if they, ain't too big to send me 14 cents as a direct deposit, then you need to give me my money too. Like, stop lying, stop lying, talking about you don't owe nobody money. Stop lying, talking about this person, didn't do what they were supposed to do. Then all of a sudden you want to say, oh, they can't write anyway. Like, really, if they couldn't write, why was you publishing them in the first place? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay. Like, how are you doing business with somebody and you don't believe in their craft and you don't believe in their work? Then you lying to yourself, and don't try to, ruin my reputation. Now you're trying to say that I don't know how to write, because you mad because I put you on blast. Like, no, let's just be honest. Everybody be honest. Everybody do what they supposed to do. And we won't have these issues. And if we at some point see that the relationship is not working out, let's be honest about that and let's split amicably. Like, it don't have to take all this nonsense for us to end our relationship, business or personal. Like, we were talking yesterday and on the bus, and the kids were saying that they couldn't be friends with their exes. And I'm saying, well, why not? Like, if there wasn't any abuse, physical abuse or, something real detrimental that caused a relationship to end, and you guys just ended because you just saw that it just doesn't work out. Like, why can't you be friends if a friendship is, salvageable? Like, that to me, that doesn't make any sense, because at some point I did care about you. I was sleeping with you. So clearly I cared a little bit about you. So just because our relationship didn't work out, now I can't talk to you no more. Like, I don't understand that. Like, to me, that's crazy. But again, that's just how I see things. But I don't understand how you were in this relationship with somebody for all this time, and then you break up with them, and then you can't be friends, especially if you have children. Like, you should have some type of, working relationship. And, if you don't, like I said, if they didn't do anything like extremely detrimental to you, then why not? Why not be friends? Because you were friends or lovers with them for, X amount of years. So why not continue? Everybody isn't meant to be together. And sometimes you get with somebody based on an attraction, and you let it go too far. Sometimes it goes too far. Sometimes maybe it is just a one night stand. I don't know. Some of y'all take them one nighters and try to make them into 10 years, and that ain't right. You ain't living in your truth. You're not being honest, and just because somebody gets pregnant, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be in a relationship with them, because personally you don't click, you don't mesh together well. And then you try it, And then the relationship doesn't work out, and now y'all hating each other when you knew in the beginning that person wasn't the right material. They didn't match, and you made it anyway. You let one night of passion turn into 10 years of hell. And that, it happens, but it shouldn't. If people were more honest about their feelings, and if they were more honest about the situations that they were facing, we wouldn't have all of this animosity between men and women now. We wouldn't have, all of these unhealthy co-parenting relationships. We wouldn't have, all of these unhappy marriages. It's like, let's just be straight up. And I think that's the thing that people don't do, even when they're dating. They're so focused on, the lustful part of the relationship, the sex and all of that, instead of really, getting to know each other on a level, where they can really see if this person has the right material for the type of relationship that you want. You need to ask those hard questions. Like, I tell people all the time, when I was dating some years ago, and I had my sister Marquita had talked me into doing online dating, and I wasn't really that interested in it, but I tried it, right? So it was this guy that he was messaging me or whatever, and he kept saying how beautiful I was, and oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I was like, I'm like, okay, dude, gag me with a spoon. Like, I look at myself every day, thanks. But after the first couple of times, it's like, do you have anything else to talk about? Like, do you see anything else? Are you interested in anything else? And so I asked him one day, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, let's say, for instance, by some freak of nature that I was to get into an accident and the whole right side of my body was burned from head to toe. I said, would I still be beautiful to you? And he was like, what are you talking about? Like, why would you say something like that? Like, that's horrible. I said, but it's reality. Because I don't know, anything could happen, right? I said, and don't think that I'm not asking myself this same question about you, because we never know what's going to happen to us in life. How many people get into accidents and they walk away from that accident paralyzed, or they lose a limb or something like that. Like, am I still going to be beautiful to you in that moment? Are you still going to want to have a relationship with me? Because to me, that's what's important, because looks fade, beauty fades, right? As they say, beauty fades. And so do I have enough inside of me, inside of my heart, inside of my mind for you to continue a relationship with me? And those are the questions that should be asked on a first date. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I need to know, like, how far does your mind think? Do you think about those instances? And we don't. We think it's not going to happen, but it does. And so we fool ourselves into believing that because this person is attracted to me, or because they make me smile, because we have good conversation, that they're going to stay with me, forever. But then when something happens, then they're the first ones out the door. And if you need to have these serious conversations, especially nowadays, because, now a lot of us have kids, a lot of us, we have businesses, we have all these things that we're doing. And so it's important for us to have somebody that, is in our lives, that's going to be there every step of the way. And people don't even take those vows, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. Like, they say it, but they don't really mean it. Or they don't really think about something like that happening. And, maybe I am a little bit extreme in that, but that's just how I look at it, because if all you're focused on is what you see on the outside, that says to me that there's something in you that's lacking, and that you're not going to be able to stand strong in the midst of adversity. You know what I mean? And so you have to start having these honest conversations, because, you see all this stuff happening nowadays, and these girls, it's really bothering me. These girls are getting involved with these dudes. They not knowing anything about these dudes, and they leaving their babies with these dudes, and these babies, these dudes is killing their kids, like, for no reason. Like, you don't, and I know you can't know everything about a person when you first meeting them, or even when you're first dating them, but there's some things that y'all not paying attention to, because I know I didn't pay attention to everything. So trust me, I'm not just, picking on anyone. I'm talking, about myself too. Like, I didn't pay attention to everything. And so I made some choices that weren't good choices. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I didn't do, like I didn't, my kids didn't have no whole bunch of uncles. Okay, I don't know where y'all get that from, having your kids calling all these dudes Uncle Larry, Uncle Charles, Uncle whoever. My kids only know they daddies, okay, and that's it. And they know Andre. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't bring my dates around my boys like that. And so you have to, be cautious of those things, because people are not honest about who they really are, and they're not, being truthful about their issues. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know, is people walking around with all these mental illnesses, and especially, in the Black community, because we won't acknowledge that mental health is an issue. As a whole, we won't acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? And we joke around about people being bipolar, but that's a serious condition, so we need to really, really take some time out, and we need to start being honest, and we need to start listening, to the truth, and start accepting it. And that way we can prevent ourselves from being in, all these unnecessary situations. Okay. So now I gotta go, because Andre's downstairs and he needs me to come help him get these groceries. He just messed up our session today, but that's all right. So I will be here tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, and let me be honest about something else. I did not do Periscope today because I totally didn't remember how much, how exhausted I am, after a week of being in lab. And so I'm going to hold off on doing Periscope until maybe November, when I'm in my last gen ed. That's my last class in November, and it's a gen ed class. And so I'm not, my schedule is not extenuous as it is when I'm in culinary class. So we're going to put Periscope off until November. And then, so we'll just be here, Facebook Live, every day at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, you can catch the replay on my YouTube channel. I will post a link because I forgot to post it yesterday, but I'll post it again in here today. What else am I forgetting? I think that's it. So yeah, Mom, he's fired. So I love you guys. And tomorrow we are going to talk about perception. Okay, we're going to talk about perception tomorrow. So take care, everybody. I will see you guys later. Love you. Remember, this is your girl, T. Renee. I'm a mom. I'm an author. I'm an editor. I'm a chef. I am your lifestyle coach. I love you all. Be easy. And remember, be honest. And don't forget to do your 30-second laugh every day. I want to hear reports soon on how your laughing every day is making you feel. All right, you guys. Bye.